No vegetable is as debatable as the one you found in this video. Yes, why do I say it is debatable? It's debatable because many countries and many people have different names to locate it with. But I'll call it here water leaf, just a simple name water leaf, or for those who are abroad, they call it spinach, which is highly used in our meals, in our vegetable soups, and all that. So, in this video, I'll give you an analysis of this farm and how you could start it with little or no cost. In fact, no cost. If you can just buy it in the market, then you're good to go. So, if you're just coming into this channel while we are trying to analyze water leaf farm here, then you're welcome, and it's your girl Magdalene, and thank you for tuning in. And also, do not forget to hit on the subscribe button and also the notification button such that you get in new videos each time I post. Now I'll go directly into the analysis of water leaf. The first question that comes to mind is, will I spend any money? I'll answer this question in two forms. Yes, you can spend, and no, you cannot. Yes, you can spend because you're going to buy the water leaf or the spinach from the market, and you come home, you cut the leaves and you cook it. Now, no, in the sense that once you have already cooked the remaining part of it, the stems which are left out, you're going to use it now to form your own garden or your own farm of water leaf. For lovers of vegetables, note that once planted, you can harvest after 2 weeks for about 3 months straight before you think of replanting. And imagine the money if you are to sell for people who love vegetable. They love their spinach, they love your water leaf. People call it Florida spinach, or call it Nigerian spinach, or call it water leaf. You're calling it by Oziza or whatsoever leaf you're calling it with, but I know it as water leaf. If you go to Google and you search, you might get the other names, but us, we grew up and we call it water leaf. Now, for water leaf, I've already spoken about the cost of planting and how you could plant. Once you buy, let's take an example that whose name should I use? Who's my best subscriber? Let's use the name. Say Lady A is to prepare a vegetable soup and he needs spinach or water leaf in that vegetable soup. The only option is to buy the spinach or the water leaf from the market. Once you have bought it and you're now cooking the soup, remember you remove just the leaf and you leave the stems. The stems is what you use now to plant. In your garden back home, in the tires, you could use whatsoever left out space, you could use it in order to plant this water leaf, and you harvest it after 2 weeks to 1 month, depending on how fertile your soil is. And there is nothing like fertilizers involved. You do not get to add fertilizers into it because it's something which lives on water. The only thing you need to do in this type of farming is ensure it is highly irrigated. There should be availability of water. Water is life. Water is everything here. There should be water at every point. At every step of the way, there should be water. So endeavor that you water it every after 2 days, every after 3 days. It should be moist in order to have the water leaf. Once you have this water leaf after 1 month, so I skip one thing first. You would love to plant it in ridges. You might want to plow where you're plowing. You see here, this is bed. People call it ridges, I call it bed. I put my vegetables in beds. So this is it. You put them in bed such that to harvest them, It should be easy to harvest, it should be easy to manage, it should be easy for irrigation or for those who making it near the stream, near water, to just spray water on it at each point. It should be very necessary. Now, water leaf can also be done by those who have little or nothing to do with farming. You do not need an expertise, you do not need engagement to it. You could start from your garden behind your house, and before you know it, you are already harvesting. So starting water leaf behind your house will entail that you are able to plow, you put them in ridges, you plow, you put them in ridges, you put water, you make sure it's highly irrigated, what it should be moist, water should be everywhere. And once water is everywhere, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you find it this way. 1 month is already good to the market. And once you start taking it to the market every after 2 weeks. So in this year, I have just 5 beds, and this one year is already ready for harvest. Come on, look at the way it's clean. Look at the way it's nice. Once these flowers are already coming up, it's already showing signs that no, I am ready. No, come for me. It's my time, it's my season. So you get to harvest and sell. And you could sell a bundle. It's not up to $1 for a bundle, but I believe you can spend just about $2 to $5 in this farming, and you make right up to $10 to $50 from it. So if you want some quick money in which you have little or no expenditure, you might want to consider water leaf farming. You might want to just start your water leaf behind your house for consumption. But if you want it commercialization, ensure you should have a high irrigation system. But if you don't have an irrigation system, I will advise you to be where it's closer to the stream or just beside the stream, such that with your buckets, with your jug, you could just carry the water and you spray on the water leaf, because it needs water. It contains water. There's a lot of water there. So you ought to water it at all times. Let it be moist. And once you already see the flowers popping up, as you can see the rosy nature of the flower, note that it's ready. Note that it's ready. So for those having challenging in it, those who have been seeing spinach, have been seeing water leaf, and they're like, how do people even do this? Do not only be a consumer, start a garden. That space behind your house that you do nothing with it, it is now the time for you to start your water leaf business. It's another time for you to, in fact, start eating a lot of vegetables. It's one of the best vegetables that entails no fertilizers. It's mainly nutrients from the soil and water. So you might want to just consider and do more. So if you have no money, you have no finance, and you're looking for something cheap to start with as a farm, so there's no manure, but if you want to add something into it like fertilizer, I'll say no. But for manure, yes, something like cowpeas, cow dung. So anything that has to do with natural manure, natural, the manure you find around us, being it from goats, cow, whatsoever, natural manure increases productivity. So do not go there buying fertilizers where you could just have man-made manure by yourself to increase productivity, and it's highly consumed here in Africa. And why not? You could still do it even there in America, in UK, in Dubai, whatever country you're watching us. You could start your own today. Until then, it's been your host, Finance Magdalene. Thank you for watching.